Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Break It Dawn. So there's been a major update as I approach the end of the game and what I presume is the final boss fight. There's been a lot of rebalancing and changes to talents. One of note is Seize the Initiative. It used to guarantee the officer went first during each combat, but he could only use officer abilities during that first turn. But now, the officer and their allies with the Voice of Command effect deal an additional 19% damage to enemies that had not yet acted this combat. A pretty significant nerf. I don't have all the talent changes memorized,
I always have a backup
so we'll see how this final boss fight goes. Dynasty Notebook. The tiny notebook is adorned with the coat of arms of House von Valancius. The pages made from real paper carry a pleasant scent of perfume and are covered in ruler straight lines of text. Their meaning is locked behind an intricate cipher, but you do not need to know the contents of it to identify the author. You know this perfect calligraphic handwriting all too well. So real paper is a very rare commodity in the 40k universe, which is why that description makes note of it. Only the extremely wealthy can afford it. Some of these ancient, sacred, and priceless machines are labeled with the von Valancius property mark, while others bear the stark emblems of the Inquisition. This device seems to be connected to the energy system of the crypt and is powering the equipment in the camp, in violation of all operational canons.
Is there money to be made?
The tech blight voraciously gnaws away at the human metal, but not as eagerly as at the walls of the crypt. A ragged breath punctures the oppressive silence of the room. Someone is still alive. Nakia. The box is filled up with cast metal insignia like the ones worn by Theodore's bodyguards. Some of them have splatters of dried blood on them.
Aha! Found it.
Judging by the imposing design of these obelisks, this passage leads to a tomb intended for Xenos of a higher status. But I'm still finding cargo. The main creature at your feet is still alive, as evidenced by its heavy breathing. It was a woman once, sporting close-cropped hair and equipped for battle. But now her skin is shredded by the metal sticking out of her body in a dozen places. Examine the woman. Her body does not appear to have any external injuries. It has been maimed from the inside out. It is as if her flesh was transmuted into metallic shapes that then burst out of her skin and turned her internal organs into a bloody sieve. Some of her exposed bones have a metallic gleam to them, while others still look natural. Hey, can you hear me? With a heavy jerk, the woman raises her head, emerging from oblivion, and focuses her gaze on you. Even in such a wretched state, her eyes still gleam with self-confidence, zest, and subtle shrewdness. You, who are... That coat of arms rings a bell. Von Valancius. I'm not as surprised to see you as you may think. Who are you? The woman tries to salute you, but the metal cutting through her tendons has cost her the control of her fingers. Nakia Cabragaria, Inquisition Acolyte, and by the grace of Lord Inquisitor Calcazar, the Warden of the Epitaph 1 covert facility, or whatever's left of it. What happened to you? I've been having trouble sleeping lately. Oh, you mean the metal things in my body? I have no idea. Looks like something has gone terribly wrong in the crypt. Her voice becomes more serious and dry. The Auspex has detected some unknown radiation, and then everything went crazy. The Xenos didn't feel like sleeping in their coffins anymore. They started trashing the place. And the pylon I was standing next to suddenly grew a dozen tentacles, and one of them grazed me. I blacked out, and when I came to, I looked like I tried to give birth to a shuttle. I'm looking for Calcazar. Where is he? At the facility, in the crypt, making preparations for the emergency launch of the operation's final stage. At least I hope so, or else he's already dead. Now that I think about it, there are enough reasons to assume the latter. What facility? What operation? I guess you're still young if you don't know what in this world. Whenever the big boys and girls say the word facility, that almost always means a colossal secret weapon capable of destroying worlds. And that's all you're going to get. It'd be very disrespectful of me to spill a secret that so many have given their lives to protect. I see. Have I sated your curiosity? Then I'll like my favor returned. There's a pack of Iho in my breast pocket. Give me one. You can keep the rest. I'm feeling very generous today. Take out a pack of Iho out of the woman's jacket. Good. You're old enough to know what these are for, aren't you? Take one out of the two between my teeth and light up the other. Let's make sure you do it the right way around. But let's be straight with each other. You have nothing to hide now that you're dying. What is going on in this place? Nakia gives you a long, piercing look, then speaks, sadness audible in her voice. Great, huh? Let's give it a try. I've taken a shine to you for some reason. One day, Xavier decided to immortalize himself in history in a rather extravagant way. All for the Imperium's sake, of course. But then things didn't go as expected, even though we expected that they wouldn't. And now you better get far away from here, because whatever happens next, I doubt you're going to like it. Or, you can go down there if you have the guts. Maybe you'll immortalize yourself too. That's what I would do, but I'm insane, so I'm not the best example to follow. A weak smile dances on the woman's lips. So, about that Iho stick. Bring the Iho to the woman's lips. You were saying something about an operation. You're a funny one. The Inquisition secrets for a tube of Iho. That'd be something, wouldn't it? No deal. I give the dying woman her Iho. Enjoy. People say it's bad for your health. I'd better be careful. I do enjoy her personality. It's a shame she's dying. Now tell me, why does my coat of arms look familiar to you? Oh, I should know. It was on the uniform my agents wore. The ones I sent when Calcazar took an interest in her ladyship Theodora's retinue. They didn't wear them for long, though. When I presented Theodora with Calcazar's ultimatum, she purged a retinue of our operatives. I'm fairly certain Theodora would have preferred to have my head as well. But the Lord Inquisitor recalled me here to guard his treasure cave, just in case Theodora decided to return for what she thought was hers, or the Drukhari started causing trouble. How did your people infiltrate Theodora's retinue? A feint, a deception, a game of double and triple crosses. When they told her they intended to take revenge on Calcazar, she believed them. She was just too eager to get back at the Lord Inquisitor for taking her clever Archmagos advisor Amernat. Do you know Conrad Voigtver? Not sure if he's still alive, but back then, he was Theodora's Master of Whispers. In theory, he should have been the one to out my operatives as spies. But instead, he thought that they were his chance to pull off a brilliant plot and prove to his mummy how great an heir he would become. It's true what they say about blondes. Every other one is as thick as mints. What was the ultimatum you gave Theodora? Oops. I clicked on the wrong thing. I will go back to it. I'm merely a message saying that her dirty secret was now our dirty secret. She was the first to visit Epitaph. She found something here. Something too good even for someone of her exalted status. Rogue traders are not allowed to have such toys. And I relayed the most exact coordinates, down to the last digit after the decimal point, to the Lord Inquisitor. The Drukhari have come to this world. Why? Ah, the Xenofreaks, my favorite partners. They had a crucial role to play in the operation that you mustn't know anything about. Their visits to Epitaph have left me with so many unforgettable moments. We were ordered not to fire on them first, but to split them into atoms if their skinny arses deviated so much as a single degree from their approved flight paths. I swear, it was as if those fools were trying to get shot at with their half-witted provocations. They even have a nickname for me, the Almost Witch. A compliment, I guess. I am Donald von Valancius, Theodora's heir. You have to excuse me for not looking surprised. My facial nerves seem to be partially paralyzed. But I gathered as much. I'd hardly mistake you for a spectacular Void She-Wolf, after all. If she were alive, you definitely would have come here in person. So you're the heir. Well, least it's not Conrad. But why does no one from Theodore's retinue remember her visiting the system? I can give you two versions of the truth. The sugar-coated one and the honest one. The sugar-coated version is that once Theodora realized just what she had in her hands, she deemed it a matter of the utmost secrecy and mind-locked the memories of all members of her crew. The honest version is that she mind-locked the important people and disposed of the rest. Theodora depressurized compartments by entire blocks, casting any unwanted witnesses out into the void. She needed to free up space in her holds for the spoils anyway. You've heard about mind-lock technology. The subject's memories of times or events would be placed under a special lock that could only be opened by a key phrase, one that most likely only Theodora would know. This is, unexpected. Did her ladyship not trust even me? Disheartening news, to be sure. You have it all backward. You could have been dumped out the airlock like so many others. You were already a decrepit old curmudgeon back then, after all. Now I know enough. Sure you do. Turn to your companions. What do we do with her? I suggest granting the Acolyte the Emperor's peace, in honor of our years of working together. You've always been so sentimental, a puppy dog. So attached to your colleagues, your hair, your eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that still a sore point? Raise your weapon. This is where it all ends for you. Her blood-smeared lips twist into a smile. Is this an act of mercy or revenge? Do not fear death. Does it look like I have anything to lose? The way I see it, you're doing me a favor here. So which one is it? Mercy or revenge? Mercy. Rest in peace. Okay. Not one swift blow, but we had to hack away at her. At least it makes note of it. It takes you more than a few strikes to end the life of the already half-dead woman. The metal skull screeches under the pressure, but does not break, and her heart keeps pumping blood through her shredded veins. Finally, her agony comes to an end. Yeah, not a clean death.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The surface of the stele is roiling with revolting bubbles, as if it is trying to disgorge itself into some new form. The elevator system leading to the deeper sections of the crypt was installed a long time ago, it seems. Every bolt is stamped with your dynasty coat of arms. Sanguine Thirst. This Pyrex deals 3 times Wound or Strength bonus damage to bleeding targets, but as a first attack against a bleeding target, this attack has no cooldown, and axes have a special attack that inflicts bleeding. In Blood Fury Cloak, whenever the wearer kills an enemy with a melee attack, their attack limit is removed until the end of their turn. For every one of their attacks also deals 10% of the wearer's maximum wounds direct damage to the wearer. They have somewhat similar effects. They both require bleeding. We'll go with the new one. It's a one-bladed axe. I don't know if we've seen one of those before. Well, I guess like the chain axes. This would be good on him, but it's not the attack limit that's a problem, it's him getting to each enemy. It's a limited movement.
Keep your wits about you.
The barrier is barely holding. Prepare for defense. In the name of the Golden Throne, hold the line. Yakimet will eradicate the filth of transient life.
There's no right to exist.
Alright, we're getting tutorial tips again. Cryptogeometric Sentinel. Enmitic Annihilator. Hyperphase Sword. Murderous Demise. Grants 100% critical hit chance to every ally for 1 round. Usable only if there are more than 3 Necron creatures, excluding the Scorpek Lord himself. Cryptogeometric Adjuster. For 2 rounds, creates a 4x4 area which reduces the perception of every enemy inside it unless they pass a willpower resistance test with a -50 penalty. The effect is removed outside that area. A successfully passed resistance test grants immunity to this effect until the end of combat. Annihilation. The creature teleports to a target within a 12-cell radius and strikes, dealing rending damage equal to 50% of the target's maximum wounds, and knocking the target prone for 1 round, unless they pass a toughest resistance test with a -50 penalty. If the target successfully passes the resistance test, the strike deals normal weapon rending damage. Spry. This creature does not trigger attacks of opportunity. So I don't really want to be up here, do I? Someone should be up here. It's a shame that I gave Incendia that 1 piece of equipment that guarantees your first turn. I'd give that to my main character. Icons have been updated too.
I can do that with the right incentive.
Let's throw it somewhere right here.
Don't get too cocky. Tell me, and it is done. You've got a problem? I've got a prize.
Wolves reign.
Oh, also the update gave everybody a field retraining ability. This ability allows you to immediately redistribute the experience points of this character. It can be used only once, will disappear when you return to your void ship. Alright, let's get to work, I guess.
My hand is thunder! My strike is ruin! Cubs play! So shall it be.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs. I can do that, with the right incentive.
A little out of range.
Rejoice in battle! Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Not a lot she can do right here, so just hang tight.
Wolves reign. I see bite of death.
Does he have the one effect? I don't see it. So he's just that resistant to damage. Alright, so then we'll try to reduce how many turns they get. Really?
Give this task to someone lesser. None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father! Wolves reign! Die in disgrace!
They're gonna finish that guy off.
Is eternal.
Not a lot I can do with him this turn. I guess we'll move up this way and give Heinrichs a turn to try and take out this guy. But he's gonna teleport away, so it's probably not gonna work anyway.
I'll make it happen. Who if not me?
I have the charge attack, so actually I can probably take him out. Well, not now.
My place is at the fore.
For the throne's glory.
I'm trying to soften this guy up, and then take him down, hopefully in one shot.
Naturally.
So once we're in melee range, he teleports away. I like to not let him do that.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Reinforcements. As long as they stay down there, they don't go up top, then we're all set.
Don't get too cocky.
Let's park her somewhere in here. Argenta.
Tell me, and it is done.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Wanna see a trick?
Even with nerfs, she's still a monster on the battlefield.
For you, my Emperor! I'll do it.
That's an entire flank secure.
As the Emperor commands, I act. For you, my Emperor! Power resides in the will of the righteous.
Oh, she doesn't actually get another turn. Okay. Fair enough. Ooh, 95 damage. Good job, Jai.
I will endure.
Oh, okay. I was about to make fun of the 27 damage shot, but then he hit me with 77 damage.
We are infinite. Witness our power.
I'll do it. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Didn't have to pop that yet. That's alright. If we take this guy out, we'll be in pretty good shape.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
No, out of AP. Fine with me.
See how the wolf succeeds?
Really, we missed that. I
So
disagree.
shall it be.
What is going on with that? Alright, fine.
Wolves rage! Wielding on the All-Father's worthy instrument!
Try and get him into position.
Everyone, step aside.
Follow my lead. It will be done.
Insignificant.
I will do my duty.
I will say the fight seemed to take a little bit longer with
Get me a
the
target.
changes.
But of course,
Which I know was their
Lord
intention.
Captain.
There's a lot of talents and skills and things that ramp up as combat goes on for longer, and you never got to really take advantage of them because everything was over in the 1st
Let's
turn.
see to it.
More reinforcements. I guess I would take this other guy out.
Am I getting paid for this? I'll do it.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Well, down he goes, at least.
I'll do it.
Jai Haydari. Remember the name.
Okay, target this guy. Not too shabby.
The great slaughter.
Barely tickled that guy.
Strike is ruin.
Buff ourselves up.
Faith without deeds is
Concentrated
worthless.
fire. Oh, missed this guy.
Each strike is a prayer. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. This is unacceptable.
The little ammo icon
As the Emperor
above her head
commands, I
closed the Eye of
act.
Horus for a second.
So it shall be. Reassemblement commencing. I will carve runes out of your bones. Gah!
Huh, I can shoot with the other one, but not this one. It's weird.
Nothing.
Not a lot he can do. Like all the way in the back.
Victory is imminent. Indeed.
Just to pop this first.
For the throne's glory.
Oh, nice. The Colossal Warrior's formidable underframe can no longer bear its weight. With armor plates clanging, his great bulk slumps. Low sound is born in his chest, which Elucidator turns into the words, "Let woe befall the unworthy Yekmet dynasty. Sleep is nearing its end, and thraldom returns. My vestment of shame, I peer into the stormy horizons of the future." This is only the third ancient force sword we found. Also odd that he would drop that. Oh no, we're getting this back because Heinrich's Sword of Faith ends. You notice the convulsions in the Xenos' limbs. Light is flickering in his eyes. Perhaps something went wrong during this monster's awakening from stasis, damaging his engrams and plunging him into madness. What are you? Xenos' limbs shiver at the sound of your voice. The Elucidator takes on a tone of revulsion. Despicable. An overlord's moment of grief is befouled by the influence of transient life. Rage has clouded the purity of the morning. The warrior makes a futile attempt to get up, only to convulse again. Something bursts inside him, making a ringing noise. The entire crypt echoes that sound with a resonant, rumbling tremor. Shame upon the cryptogeometric sentinel, who was entrusted with guarding the paths of actualization and failed to be vigilant. Unworthy feet have trodden those paths. The voice-like hum from behind his lowered visor fades. What is it that is making you grieve? Is it your imminent death? The warrior turns his gaze directly on you. The green light in his eyes flares up like a bonfire. An existence is entropically preordained. It is no cause for grief. The egregious mistakes are. The violated imperatives are. The Yekmet dynasty took watch of the seed of the cataclysm. The seed was neglected. A cataclysm has sprouted from it. Honor has been trampled underfoot. Clearing his throat, Ulfar grudgingly admits. He speaks of honor before death. These ancient Xenos certainly have an understanding of battle courage and honor. Perhaps the old ones are right. Everything has become degraded over the centuries. Even in humans. You're evidently looking at a deranged machine built for destruction. It is unsurprising that his apocalyptic outpourings are not directed at anyone in particular. He simply has a burning hatred for all of existence. But what is this cataclysm unfolding here? The Star Devourer is asleep yet awake. His breath is a poisonous pestilence. His dreams are engramic acid. Quantum uncertainty is his shroud, and that which came to pass is entangled in it, and interwoven with that which came not to pass. Possibility becomes actuality. Actuality unbecomes itself. It is reasonable to conclude that the monster is talking about probabilistic alternative universes. No. How to finish him off? Yeah, finish off the monster. Die already. He is a Xenos at the end of the day, so down he goes. May tachyonic wind carry my words. May the oceans of subatomic resonance reflect it, and may it resound until the world grows old. Convulsions begin to affect the metallic body, and the entire crypt is quivering along. The walls seem more fragile with each passing second. Impossible anomalies are now rampant in them. Let the Ekmet dynasty be cursed. A terrible rumble comes from somewhere deep inside the crypt, as soon as the green fire goes out in the fallen warrior's eyes. The glow of the glyphs upon the walls becomes chaotic and disarrayed. Something just broke irreparably in this crypt. Deactivate the shield. Lord Inquisitor expecting the rogue trader below. Like he just punched it. Alright, I'm gonna pull back up here. There may be inspection points along the sides before we descend. But for now, I'm gonna call it here. Next time, we'll finish up here and confront the Lord Inquisitor below. But for now, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.